Hello then, I hope you're doing well. This is a quick guide on how to complete the Battleground Behemoth Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. I will first show you our loadouts, followed by our strategies. Timestamps are in the description below. This Grandmaster contains barriers and unstops. All three shield types are within the GM and the threat is void. The modifier at the time was shot caller, so doing damage with kinetic weapons will empower your special and heavy weapons. At the time of recording, the surges were arc and void. This could be different for you depending if you do the GM on the week it comes out or later on for your Conqueror title, so always double check what surges are and match your subclasses and weapons to them. Now moving on to loadouts. We had a Warlock running Song of Flame combined with Getaway Artist for creating Arc Souls. The Hunter ran Deadfall for clearing ads along with Relativism containing Caliban and Coyote. The Titan ran Glacial Quake for ad control combined with Sinful Steps for increased melee and super damage when surrounded. For weapons we had a Warlock running Wish Ender for barriers and a Rocket Sidearm along with a machine gun, both of which were for ad clear. The Titan ran a GL for ads and a Scout for stunning barriers as well as unstops combined with a heavy GL for damage. The Hunter ran Wish Ender for barriers along with no hesitations for healing teammates and a machine gun for ad clear. Now onto mods starting with a class item. Run any of the mods to help reduce your ability regen when using different abilities. You could also run the mods Proximity Ward and Healthy Finisher to get health back along with an Overshield when performing a finisher. For leg armor, you can run mods to help with your ability regen when picking up Orbs of Power. You could also run Scavenger mods to pick up additional ammunition when picking up ammo bricks. For your chest armor, run a Concussive Dampener to help reduce incoming damage from grenades and explosive attacks. Also run a Void Resist mod because incoming void damage is increased by 25%. For gauntlets, run any mods to boost your abilities or create Orbs of Power. Finally, for the helmet, I suggest you have a Heavy Ammo Finder mod on along with Scout for additional heavy bricks. You could also run Cypher mods for making Orbs of Power or run Ashes to Assets to get super back on grenade kills. These are the loadouts that we used. Either copy them or use them to make your own designs. You do not need the same loadouts, subclasses or characters that we have to complete this GM. With that out of the way, let's get straight into it. When you spawn in front of you will be a large group of ads that will contain Vex and Cabal. The two enemies will be fighting each other, so focus on the Cabal and allow the Vex to help kill some of them. When you reach the battlefield, a Cabal Thresher ship will appear, which is one of the main threats here. Just use the rocks on your left to block the ship's missiles and destroy the ship. From here you can sit in the back and snipe all the ads. Amongst them will be a Cabal Barrier and Unstop Champ along with a Vex Barrier Champ. This GM isn't too difficult to complete as for the vast majority of it you will be sitting in the back and sniping the enemies. When the area is fairly clear, push up to begin spawning in the next waves of enemies. You can sit up on the rocks on the right and snipe from above or stay near the back where you spawned in. There will be plenty of Cabal drop pods coming in containing every single one of the Cabal type enemies. Eventually during one of the waves, another barrier will spawn in. Amongst them will also be Bane enemies, usually either as a mini boss Scion or Legionnaires. There will be a couple of mini boss Scions to kill that will drop some shinies, so pick them up whenever you can to deposit them at the tower later on. Eventually the Cabal will begin spawning further to the back of the area. When this happens, a barrier and unstop will spawn in. Additionally, another Thresher ship will arrive and circle around the area before finally stopping above the ads at the back. Make sure to not get caught out in the open by the missiles because they can one-shot you. Either hide and wait or take it out as soon as it spawns in. In terms of the rest of the enemies, you can lure the Unstop away for an easy kill and the remaining enemies can be sniped from the top of a rock. Usually the barrier will rotate forward towards you so you can kill both champs in one go. Remember that with any of the Thresher ships you can destroy the missiles it sends towards you while still damaging it. Continue to clear out the Cabal and don't get too close to the back area to not get hit by any drop pods. Amongst the last waves will be a Barrier Champ and a couple of Colossus. Once done, remember to bank at the tower and pick up your heavy ammo crate to the side of it. Equip your Sparrows and drive over to the final area of the GM. For this part you can literally set up anywhere you want. Some of our favorite locations are up on the top left on top of the pipework and the far right side cliff area. Both of them provide decent high ground and good coverage of a whole area for sniping. The objective here will be to destroy the generators using charges that are collected from the mini boss Incendios. Start off by clearing out the Scions and Phalanxes until a drop pod delivers your first Incendio. If you want, you can leave it for last because each time they spawn in, more enemies will spawn in with them. It is safer to clear out the minor ads and then kill the mini boss. Once done, pick up a charge and destroy any of the free generators. Then you wait for the next wave to spawn in, which will contain an Unstopped Champ and even more enemies. It should spawn on the right side, but sometimes it can appear on the far left. Once again, clear out the minor ads first and then kill the mini boss with a second charge and destroy the second generator. For the third wave, 2 unstops will appear along with even more enemies including Phalanxes, Scions, Legionnaires and Colossus. Once again, clear out the minor ads first and then focus on the mini boss, except this time it will be a barrier champion. Just stick to the high ground and be careful to not get caught out in the open. Collect any ammo that you need, and then remember to put down any lingering abilities before activating the podium, since the podium will refresh your super and other abilities. This will also spawn in the boss as well as more enemies. Stay around the podium area and use the rocks for cover to snipe the boss. Careful to not get too close, otherwise you might get hit by a drop pod. The ads will be continuously spawning in, so it is better to stay at the back and snipe them as they will jump towards you, and then damage the boss. Kill ads, damage the boss, rinse and repeat. When the boss loses its first health bar, it will become immune and 2 champs will spawn in, a barrier and an unstop. You need to kill both of them in order to remove the shield. The boss will also fall back a little and will stay out of the way, which will make it easier to deal with the other enemies. At any given time, if you become overwhelmed, just fall back to the rocks behind you, as this whole area can be used to kill the ads. When the boss is no longer immune, begin damaging it again, and this time when it hits half health, it will create a shield. Try to get as close as possible during this time so they can step into the shield and destroy the shield generator as soon as it spawns in. There is plenty of cover around you, so simply use that to block line of sight with the boss to make it easier to destroy the generator. Once you destroy it, begin to fall back because the ads around this time will begin spawning behind you and will surround you. Roaming supers like Song of Flame and Glacial Quake are great for getting out of the area safely, back to maintaining a safe distance. When the boss hits the last health bar, yet again it will become immune and an unstop and a barrier champ will spawn in, the last ones you need for platinum. Kill the 2 to remove the boss's shield and then focus on clearing out some of the minor ads. By now the boss will be in front of the base, and just like in the Proving Grounds GM, you can sit up on the pipelines to snipe down into the enclosed areas. Since the boss is on his last health bar, you can begin damaging it and kill it here using your supers. But be careful, because when the last health bar reaches the halfway point, the boss will spawn in another shield. In this scenario, the boss was outside of his shield and we were able to deplete its health quickly enough for the shield to despawn. Otherwise, you will need to use the cover around you to destroy the generator. And there you have it, that is how you completed Battleground's Behemoth Nightfall on Grandmaster difficulty. If you have found the guide to be helpful, then please like, share and post a comment. Don't forget to subscribe for more Destiny 2 guides. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.